Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am just popping on here to just talk to you guys about something that's going on and to ask you guys if you would be interested in doing something. So I was told by a good friend of mine, Moment with Chip, she had messaged me and told me about the Sephora Squad and thought that I would be a good candidate and to check it out. So I went over to Sephora, and on their website there's something called Sephora Squad. And it is about telling your truth, and explaining, what beauty means to you and being in the industry with whether you're just a small influencer or a bigger influencer or whatever. It's just about speaking your truth. And there was about, I would say 20 different questions, and they were almost like an essay form. And so I spent many, many hours filling out the application, and they did accept the application and gave me my own little page that I can tell you guys about. I'm going to leave it in the description box below. It is a link that you can go to, and it'll say at Debutawn, and then it'll say testimonial page. On the testimonial page, all you have to do is put your email address and then just leave a testimony. And all the testimony would be is just who you think I am, or what you've seen out of me, or who you think I am as a person, or what you observed as me as a person, or why you think that I should become part of the Sephora Squad. If I get nominated to be a part of the Sephora Squad, that would mean that Sephora would send me merchandise to review on my channel. But it's way more than that. They also would be including me in different training classes that Sephora does. It actually will give you an opportunity to connect with other people within Sephora, or also other influencers, where you guys we would have ability to connect with each other and bounce ideas off of each other, that kind of thing. It also gives me an opportunity to have a platform. Okay, so what would I do with the platform? I would definitely be talking about this beauty space that we have here, and our positive little community that we have built here on YouTube that is different from a lot of the other areas in YouTube that you may watch. I would be talking about so many of us that have chronic pain that we live with, and we use beauty as an outlet, and voicing that side of things. Things may not be good for us at all times. We may be battling anxiety. We may be battling depression. We may be battling just living with chronic pain every single day, losing our jobs, becoming disabled, being in a wheelchair and having your world turned upside down like it happened to me, and using this as an outlet. There was a time where I worked full-time, and I had 4 children, and I was a busy mom. I was on the go. I cleaned my house. I worked 40 hours. I worked sometimes up to 60 hours a week at my job, and I loved my job. And I worked out all the time, came home, I cooked dinner, I cleaned house, I did it all. And one day that came to an abrupt stop. Where my body started to break down, and we couldn't figure out what was causing it, and I was in extreme pain, and I could not function. I could not exercise anymore. I had to quit work. I could barely move out of bed most days, and it got to the point where I kept pushing my body, thinking that I was gaining weight because I was, just gaining weight, and I pushed my body to the limits and made my body worse. Come to find out, with my disease, with Dercums disease, lactic acid, or a buildup of lactic acid, causes more tumors. And so I have tumors. I have thousands of tumors all over my body in the adipose tissue, from the bottoms of my feet all the way to the top of my head. And extremely painful. It's the 3rd most painful disease in the world. And it's in the top 3. It's number 2 in the world. And so, but it's something that I don't want it to define me. It is a part of me. It's a big part of me, and it is in my face every single day. But I don't want it to define me, and I don't want it to change who Debbie is inside. And but it did. It changed a lot of things that I could do. I couldn't go out. I couldn't do the things that I wanted to do. It caused anxiety in me because now that I'm in a wheelchair, I'm not able to get into most places that I want to go. Even if I do get into a place, sometimes my chair's too wide to fit between tables or to fit into aisles. It gets very nerve-wracking. And so there's a lot of struggles there. And I lost the ability to do things that I used to do, like refurbishing furniture and creating new pieces out of furniture. Couldn't do that anymore. It was my creative outlet. That's what I did. I did furniture. I would go get antique pieces and make them, paint them and redo them and make them wonderful pieces. And I would make furniture for my kids or whatever it was. And I had to stop doing that. I love to do yard sales and go and find all these treasure huntings, and I had to stop that. And I used to do floral arrangements, and I had to stop doing that because my hands couldn't cut the flowers anymore. And so I had to give up a lot, and I didn't know where that creative outlet was going to go. I didn't know where my artistic creative outlet was going to go. Well, I've always loved makeup, and I started to find a passion in makeup. And then when I finally bit the bullet and decided to open my own YouTube channel, I just found my place. I found my place where I could do my creative outlet and I could connect with you guys, where I was feeling more isolated, more ever than my entire life. And I was connecting, and I found my place. And when I tell you guys that you guys mean more to me than you'll ever know, you guys mean the world to me, I mean it. Because you took me out of a place where I felt worthless and I felt like I was useless anymore. I couldn't do the things that I used to be able to do. And so I'm just kind of laying that out there just because this would be a platform that I can explain how I know so many of you guys feel the exact same way, and then be your voice and be able to be a platform for that. Also, something I'd love to see changed is the ability to get into stores. You guys know, if you've been around me for any length of time, when Ulta did their campaign, with their wheelchairs and on their windows, and I'm like, wheelchairs, you guys are using people in wheelchairs on your windows, but I can't even get into your store in my wheelchair. Like, fix that first before you put people in wheelchairs on your windows and call it inclusivity. It's not inclusive if I can't get into your store, and half the time can't get up and down your aisles. So, there's things that need to change, because we are so accepting, and we are so inclusive for every area of our lives. We push for it and we strive for it to be better, but there's not too many people pushing and striving for the ones that are in a wheelchair or have a walker or a cane and can't open the door on their own. All it takes is a little button that they can stick on the outside of the door, just a push, and it'll open up automatically. That's it. That's all they would have to do. And so that would be wonderful. That would be something I would love to change. About 95% of the places that I go, I can't get into without bringing somebody with me. But as somebody that is, I'm not super old. I don't want to have to depend on people every single time I want to go somewhere. So what a wonderful thing would it be if we could have a voice out there to be able to say, hey, this needs to change. And a lot of people don't even realize it until they know somebody that struggles with it. And I know I'm not the only one, because I'm not the only person out there that is in a wheelchair. And so, or using an assistive device. And so that would just mean the world to me if I could do something like that. I really don't know what to expect. I think that it is a great opportunity. I know that like if they have collabs, like how they've done the Disney collab and stuff like that, that they turn to the Sephora squad for their input on releases and stuff like that. I would love to participate in that. It just would give me something to do to add to that ability to use my creative juices that are flowing, and I want to do that as much as possible because that's what keeps me going, makes me look past the pain, through the pain, and push through each day. So anyways, guys, if you guys would like to write a testimony, I would be so honored. If you do not feel pressured, but I had to at least post this in case you are interested in leaving a testimony that I could explain exactly what's going on and how you can do so. So I will leave all the information down below. And if you have any questions, DM me on Instagram or leave it in the comment section, and I would be glad to answer it if I have the answer to it. And I really appreciate you guys, and we'll see what happens. It closes the very last time that you can put in a testimony is the 30th of March. So we only have like let's see, maybe we have 10 days. So we don't have very much time. So we're going to get this up soon so that you guys can see this and you guys can determine whether or not this is something you guys are interested in doing. All right, guys, I hope you guys have all a blessed day. Take care. Bye-bye.
I gave you my heart.